Hi everybody! Today I'm going to show you how to make a crochet hexagon. I am currently making some for a blanket. Here's one of them. I'm making blue and green. It's a Monsters Inc. themed blanket. So today I'm just going to be using my blue just so that way I can make another one for my blanket, but I can also show you guys how I do it. The only reason I'm really making a video for this is because when I was looking through different patterns and stuff, like the way people were wording them was just really confusing to me, and things that I was trying just wasn't really making a whole lot of sense. So I kind of took what I learned from these patterns and kind of made my own, and it works out perfect. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. First thing you can do is make a magic ring. I personally hate magic rings. I don't know why. I just can't seem to like keep them together. So I'm just going to get my slip knot first. So we're just going to twist around. We're going to have an X. Sorry, it's kind of hard to tell. There we go. An X. And I'm going to go under the first, over the second, pull through and twist. Then I'm going to let go of all this and just pull my yarn. And then I have my slip knot. So instead of me doing a magic circle, I'm going to chain 4. It's kind of tight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, just so you guys know, I am using a 5mm hook today. You don't have to use a 5mm. I've used a 4 and they're really teeny and cute. But this is with a 5mm hook. And it's bigger than my palm, but not bigger than my hand. I mean, you guys can kind of see. But this is just the size that I personally wanted for this blanket. So I have my 4 chains, so I'm going to go into my first chain. And I'm going to wrap around and pull through both loops. So now the center, hopefully you guys can see that, that's where we're going to be putting our double crochets into instead of having like the magic circle, if you do it this way. So I'm going to chain 3, and then we are going to double crochet in. We're going to yarn over and pull through 2, pull through 2. Then we're going to chain 2. And then we are going to make 2 more double crochets and then chain 2. And you're going to have that 6 times. So you'll have 12 double crochets. Okay, so now that I've just done my last double crochet, I am going to go ahead and chain 2 more. Sorry if you hear gunshots. I live very close to a shooting range and they love shooting a bunch like first thing in the morning, so excuse that. But as I was saying, I am going to do my chain 2, which I already did right here. And then we're going to go in our first double crochet, which is actually our chain 3. We're going to count 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to slip stitch through that third chain. There we go. Which is really tight. So pull through, pull through. So if you kind of mess around with your little empty spaces where you did your 2 chains, it'll kind of look like this. So basically for the next row, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to have 4 double crochets in between these spaces. And then for the third row, we'll add 2 more, so we'll have 6 double crochets in between these spaces. So this is just kind of like this inner part right there. So then, see what I mean? How there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 2 here, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up top. So it's kind of just like a pyramid almost. But I'll go ahead and show you how I do the next 2 rows, and then I'll show you how I finish it off. So we'll chain 1, 2, 3, going to double crochet into that next stitch. Whoops. Then we are going to double crochet into the hole, and then we are going to chain 2. So technically this is the end of our 4, but obviously there's only 3. When we come all the way back around and I finish off this 4 over this way, we'll still have an extra space to make that 4th one, and then I'm just going to slip stitch to connect. Hopefully that makes sense. But once you do your double crochet into the hole, you will chain 2, and then you will do a second double crochet also into the same hole. Then crochet into the next stitch and into the next stitch. Sorry, I do this kind of tight and I get stuck a lot. Okay, so you have your 3, then we're going to double crochet into the hole again and chain 2. So see here, we have 4 and I just chained 2, so once I connect this next double crochet, that'll leave another empty space. See what I mean? So then there will be 1, 2, 3, 4 in between, and there's 2 down here. And 4 into the hole, going to chain 2, and then we're going to do 1 more crochet down into the hole, and then once again we're going to count 1, 2, 3 and slip stitch at the top of our first double crochet of that row. Okay, so once again, we kind of so now it's going to be the same thing for the third row, but like I said, we're going to add 2 more double crochets. So we're going to chain our 3, and then we are going to double crochet into the next few, into the hole and chain 2. So like I said, for the last row, when we work all the way back around, we'll be able to make the 6th double crochet for this one. So chain 2, double crochet back into the same hole. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then my 6th will go into this hole and chain 2. And like I said, I am making this for a blanket, but I mean, you could honestly use these for anything. You could make a scarf with these. You could use them as coasters, make smaller, tighter ones. Maybe use them as coasters, which I honestly thought about doing for myself because I just think these are really cute. And especially with the blue, my daughter said that the inside looks like a snowflake, and I think it does. I think it's really cute. I'm just finishing up the last 6 here. Okay, so we're at 5, 6, chain our 2, and then we've got our 5 over here, so we are going to do our last one. We're just going to go ahead and put that into the hole as well. 1, 2, 3, up our first, or our chain, sorry. I think I called that a double crochet earlier, but that is not what that is. So anyways, we're going to slip stitch, boop. Here we are. So here's the one that I made earlier, and then the one that I just finished. So now, what I like to do is get my scissors here, leave a good amount of a tail, and what I like to do is wrap it around once, pull through, and then just super pull, so that way it's like very, very tight right there. Normally I would weave that in, but mine I'm sewing onto a blanket, and this is like getting hidden from being sewn in, so I'm not super worried about that. If you are not making it for a blanket, I would definitely try sewing that in, somehow weaving it through. So now we just have this back one. This back one I actually do sew on just because I feel like it does help it stay a little bit better. And that one actually doesn't get sewn like into the blanket also. Oh, come on, yarn. So, trying to make sure you guys can see. So normally what I do is I'll just go through, oh, that is not, there we go. So I'll pull that through. So I have like this little loop, and then what I do, you don't have to do it like this, I do just because it's easier for me, but I take my needle here and I put it through the circle, and I kind of grab the yarn and I pull it through. Except this yarn is being finicky today. So then I'll just pull that and knot that really good. And then we cut off that excess. There you have it. A snowflake hexagon. I think it's cute though. I love all the little spaces. I think it turned out really good the first time that I tried it. I've tried different sizes now too. These are the same size, but I have made smaller ones on accident from just grabbing the wrong hook. My fault, not a big problem. I mean, you could even go really teeny, which I think would be super cute for a blanket, but that would take a very long time to sew, which that's what I'm learning with making this hexagon blanket. I'm not good at sewing, and I'm a lot better at crocheting than I am sewing. So basically, I've just been sewing them all like this, and then obviously, you know, the next row, it's like this. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure you guys can see. But so far it's turning out really, really good. I have quite a bit that I have to finish still. Mostly because the sewing is taking me so long. I can crochet these very quickly. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you understand my tutorial, and I hope that if you guys were having the same trouble as me, hopefully now you won't have any more troubles. And I thank you for watching, and please subscribe and like. Bye bye.